everyone, this is Carol Cut here again for another Warframe build video. In today's video, it's going to be for another Zephyr build, particularly a build for her latest augment, Airburst rounds. This augment gives your secondary weapon 25% additional damage per enemy hit with her second ability. The damage increase does scale with her strength, so we're gonna be making a high range, high strength build with a little bit of duration and default efficiency. Since we are not gonna be using her first ability, we will replace it with Condemn. This is an ability from Harrow that chains the enemy to the ground while restoring shields for each enemy hit. This ability will be used for survivability and to make it easier for us to get a headshot with Zymos. I have taken an interest with this weapon for a very long time now, but I just couldn't make up something video-worthy until today. Zymos is an infested secondary weapon that explodes when you get a headshot. In addition to the explosion, it also shoots out 6 spores that will home in on nearby enemies, making it another explosion. It kinda spreads like it has an innate breach surge effect, but only if you get a headshot. So this build makes full use of all abilities after we subsume Condemn to Zephyr, including her passive. Her fourth ability summons tornadoes that will lift her enemies while dealing damage per second. We won't be using her fourth ability for either of those effects though. What we are really after is the effect where if we damage the tornado, it will spread the damage to all enemies within the tornado with a bonus of 200% critical damage. And this stacks multiplicatively with your modded critical damage, which means it will double your modded crit damage. We will also be using the Augment Funnel Clouds, which will let us deal times 11 damage from 11 tornadoes. This augment also disables the tornado picking up enemies, which works well for us. Third ability will only be for survivability. This makes any projectiles completely ineffective against Zephyr. As long as you keep it active, you won't have to worry about enemies shooting at you. You will still be hit with melee and AoE attacks though, so watch out for those. So first, we cast Condemn to chain them to the ground. We group them up with Airburst while buffing our weapon. We then hold our fourth ability key to create stationary tornadoes, jump, and fire our Zymos. As you can see, Zephyr can produce some really high damage. The enemies died before the spore even exploded, and the spore explosion can have even more damage than the initial explosion. The reason why we are jumping when firing Zymos is to take advantage of our passive that gives 150% critical chance when airborne. And because of that, I put an aero vantage on the build just to make it a little bit easier to aim while mid-air. Since our shields are gonna be coming from Condemn, then we won't be needing brief respite here, which is why I'm using Growing Power instead. The damage buff on her second ability does scale with strength, so the more strength you have, the better. Our range sits at 175%, giving our abilities decent range to make the build fully effective. 155 duration gives us 30 seconds of turbulence and enough time for our abilities to execute our combo. I'm using Arcane Energize here to help me maintain my energy better, and Arcane Velocity for faster attack speed for our Zymos. Our Zymos build is a corrosive status, critical build with reload speed. Zymos has a really slow reload speed and fire rate, which is why we are using velocity and quick draw on this one. Multi-shot is very important as it basically doubles or triples the number of explosions. What enables us to get red crits from time to time is the Adarsa Kavat, which gives a flat 60% critical chance to our Zymos. You can mod your cat to your liking as long as it has Cat's Eye and the tech mods. One more special thing about Zymos is that it applies all crit chance and crit damage bonuses twice. This is why I really had to make this weapon deal crits instead of just putting all elementals and raw damage. The focus school is entirely up to you. Since we won't be using melee, Naramon will also not be necessary. I recommend using Vazarin though, as the dash gives invulnerability, healing, and it also works as crowd control. Zephyr overall is a very good Warframe for your daily activities and even endurance runs. While this build is focused mainly on the secondary weapon as main DPS, this setup can be used for melee as well. That's it for Zephyr Build. I hope you had fun and learned something from this video. If you liked it, don't forget to hit that like button and share it to your friends. Subscribe for more content like this and many other Warframe videos. Follow me on Twitter and join my Discord if you want. Links will be in the description below. That is all. Ciao everyone, and I'll see you on my next video.
Yeah.